Foul Waka, Foul Waka, Foul Waka. Welcome back to Premier League Week 37 Roundup. We are a bit late with this one because I wanted to wait for the Europa League final to see what team gets into the Champions League and also to see how it changes up which teams are going to be in it most likely next season. We're gonna start off with the two teams that played on Friday because they had the Europa League final. It was Aston Villa beating Tottenham 2-0. Easy win for Aston Villa. Great for them when it comes to their Champions League hopes. And Chelsea beat Man United. Also, really important for the Champions League hopes. 1-0 to Chelsea. It wasn't a great game, but hey, they at least have their 3 points. That's important for Chelsea. Then on Saturday, you had the FA Cup final. Crystal Palace beating Man City 1-0. Crazy for Crystal Palace, man. 1-0 win against Man City, against the odds. There was some controversy because of Dean Henderson, who maybe should have been sent off for a foul, but he stayed on the pitch. He saved the penalty from Marmoush. Nobody understands why Haaland didn't take it, but hey, he stepped up, but he missed. Great goal by Eze and leading Crystal Palace to the FA Cup win. Great Saturday for Palace. On Sunday, Everton versus Southampton, 2-0 win for Everton. Straightforward game against Southampton, who are relegated. West Ham against Nottingham Forest, 2-1 for Forest. Another team that is fighting for European places in Nottingham Forest, and the 3 points are very important for them. Brentford versus Fulham, 3-2 Fulham. Fulham was still trying to get into those European spots, but with the other teams winning, those hopes are over. Maybe some shifts in the European spots because of Crystal Palace winning and all those kind of things. So maybe with Chelsea winning the Conference League final, they will still have a shout for European football. You have Leicester against Ipswich, 2-0 win for Leicester. A game between two relegated teams. But hey, it's fun for the fans. 2-0 win. Vardy with his last game for Leicester, scoring his 200th goal in his 500th appearance. Great for him to sign off in that way. Yeah, and also Arsenal against Newcastle. Arsenal had to win against Newcastle to make sure that Champions League football is safe. Also, the second spot is safe now too. Great by Arsenal, beating them 1-0, a team that they always struggle against. So it was a surprise. It wasn't the best game, but hey, we got it done. Great goal by Declan Rice. Yeah, and you could just tell that Newcastle, with the chances they had, if Isak was on the pitch, the game would have been very different. Then on Monday, we have Brighton against Liverpool. Liverpool are in a party mood. They don't care about any of these games anymore. They lose 3-2 to Brighton. Brighton, fun for them uh, to beat Liverpool. Also great for them for a possible European spot if some of the rankings shift. So great for them, but we will see. And then on Tuesday, we have Crystal Palace beating Wolves 4-2. So after their amazing FA Cup win, they face Wolves and they beat them 4-2. Great goals by them. Essay on the score sheet again. 2 goals by Nketiah. Yes, the party goes on at Crystal Palace. And then it's Man City against Bournemouth, the last game of the game week. And it was a 3-1 win for Man City. So they did get to wash away the foul taste of losing that FA Cup final. 3-1 win. Great for the Champions League hopes. They are all but secured for that Champions League spot. Great win over Bournemouth. Two red cards in this game. Kovacic with a red card because he pulled a player down who was in on goal. Then also a red card by Bournemouth in the of Lewis Cook with a just a silly foul, way too dangerous. Also gets sent off. Also, Mamouche, who missed the penalty in the FA Cup final, scored an amazing goal, a long range shot, great goal. Bernardo Silva on the score sheets and Nico Gonzalez scoring his first Man City goal. De Bruyne had a send off. He failed to score. He did have one or two chances to at least put his name on the score sheet, but it wasn't meant to be. But nonetheless, it was a great send off for him. And then the last game between two Premier League teams in the Europa League final. As an Arsenal fan, obviously I was rooting for Man United because we hate Tottenham. We want them to lose. We want their trophy cabinet to stay empty, at least for the next 100 years. But unfortunately, Man United in their worst season ever even lose a final to Tottenham. Horrible night. 1-0 win, uh, practic- practically an own goal. I don't know if it was given to Brennan Johnson, but it was just a horrible goal and a horrible game. Both teams weren't looking great. Man United, they did try, but they didn't really create that many chances. Van de Ven did clear a ball off the line. Hoyland header. It was a bit too low, so he could still get to it. He had Shaw heading the ball, but not into the corner. So Vicario could still save that one. Yeah, it's just horrible, man. Tottenham winning the Europa League. The first time that there are no Champions League teams dropping into the Europa League. These two horrible teams get into the final and Tottenham win it. Oh, dark day for English football, man. Tottenham winning a prize. Oh, but yeah, they get into the Champions League next season, even though they are horrendous in the Premier League. But yeah, they have silverware. Ange did say he always wins a prize in the second season, and he delivered. I don't know how it happened, but he delivered. Arteta should learn something from this because he is horrible in any cup games, especially in European cups. So yeah, let's see what the last game week brings us in the Premier League. If some teams are going to miss out on that Champions League spot. But yeah, week 38 this weekend, last game of the season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.